In June of this year, we completed a transformative transaction on the Madison project that Chen just mentioned. So it's a high-grade gold-copper project in Silver Star, Montana, and we're in partnership with Rio Tinto. We've also got two excellent exploration projects, the Gooseberry Mine just outside of Reno, and the Tuscarora Gold Project, which is a high-grade epithermal system just outside of Elko, Nevada. The company is run by myself, but more importantly, Eric Saderholm, who is the head of exploration, former head of exploration in the Western U.S. for Newmont. Here's our corporate structure. The company has 65 million shares out. We have $3 million in cash. We have $6.1 million of warrants that are in the money. And we have a very low monthly burn rate of around $100,000 a month. This is important to note that even though the burn rate is low, we will have a significant amount of news this year based on our partners drilling. We're going to have somewhere in the range of $10 million Canadian being spent on drilling that we're going to be able to announce in 2020. The other thing that you don't see on here is we just completed a transaction on Tuscarora, the asset just outside of Elko, Nevada, that will come with 2 million shares of a company that is just about to go public. So that will go into our treasury as well. The Madison Gold Copper Project. So this is an asset that was formerly in a public company named Broadway Gold. It had about a $75 million market cap. They brought in Rio Tinto as a partner. They ended up turning themselves into a psychedelics company, leaving the mining asset outside. We were able to complete a transaction for $2.4 million Canadian in stock to be able to pick up this asset and be able to pick it up in conjunction with Rio Tinto. So Rio may spend $30 million US to earn up to a 70% interest in the company. They spent $2 million US last year and got some fantastic results. It is a very high-grade project. It is a scar on its surface. It is a porphyry underneath. Previous production was in 2008, 2012. They produced 2.7 million pounds of copper, with grades averaging between 20 and 35% copper. I think the average copper mine in the world is producing at about 1% copper. You get an idea that the grades here are fairly spectacular. They also produce 7,500 ounces of gold at an average of 16.1 grams per ton. Rio is drilling as we speak. They started about 2 weeks ago. They're going to drill up to around 40 holes this year in 2020, and then they're going to take a break and start drilling again in 2021. We view this, and Rio views this as hopefully something analogous to the Butte mine that Anaconda used to own, which is about 48 kilometers from where we are. Butte turned out 21 billion pounds of copper, 715 million ounces of silver, and 2.9 million ounces of gold. We're hopeful that they can find something like that. Here's the location, Silver Star, which is a former mining district in Montana. Great place to do business. Here's some of the historical drill highlights to give you an idea of when I'm speaking about high grades to some of the grades that the system can carry. So 30 meters of just under 25 grams per ton gold, 11 meters of 41 grams per ton gold, 4.6 meters of 82 grams per ton gold, down to some of the copper numbers, 61 meters of almost 7% copper, 8.5 meters of 40% copper, 84.7 meters of 1.89% copper, and then 2.7 meters of 41 grams per ton gold and almost 20% copper. Here's a list of the JV terms, just so you can see those. And then there's a quote here at the bottom that I think it's important for people to understand. You know, we really do believe that owning 30% of a Rio Tinto size project would be an enormous win for American Pacific shareholders. It's proven to be so far. And as they get into drilling and create more excitement, I think we're going to see our market cap expand with drilling success, and it could expand dramatically. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you guys on for the next 3 minutes onto a 3D model. This will show you underground and kind of give you an idea of some of the grades. It's also going to focus on the 2019 drilling, which expanded the mineralization out. So the next 3 minutes, you'll hear someone else's voice and mine, and then I will come back.
American Pacific Mining Corporation presents the Madison Copper Gold Project in the U.S. It's located 1.7 miles west of Highway 41 in Madison County, Montana, and the project covers an area totaling 2,514 acres. It's situated along the south flank of the Radar Creek Pluton, which is a tertiary Cretaceous-aged intrusive rock. A total of 163 drill holes have been completed at the project, totaling 77,000 21,420 feet of surface and underground drilling. The drilling area includes 3,000 feet of underground workings to a depth of 215 feet. 2019 drilling by Rio Tinto is highlighted in red, showing copper grades greater than 1%. Green and red 3D interpretations of high-grade copper and gold zones are shown respectively. The first cross-section here highlights the location of drill hole MADN 0013, encountering gold and copper mineralization 112 meters down plunge of the 3D modeled mineralization. The interval is found in skarn-related sulfides, which are chemically controlled and therefore can have broad lateral and depth extent as long as the metal-bearing solutions and receptive host rocks are present. Now we take a look at a cross-section highlighting the location of drill hole MADN 0011, which intersected gold and copper mineralization 43 meters down dip of the current 3D mineralization model. This intercept is hosted in skarn-style alteration and also contains anomalous silver values. Before moving on to the next cross-section, we present the gold assays in the drill core, showing grades greater than 15 grams per ton. We continue on to a cross-section highlighting the location of drill hole MADN 0010, which encountered copper and gold mineralization 108 meters lateral to known mineralization. Based on the geometry, this intersection could represent either a lateral extension of modeled sulfide mineralization or a separate body of skarn mineralization that has no surface expression. Now we move in to show the underground workings and highlighting underground drill holes UG 1705 and UG 1706, both drilled in 2017, intersecting gold mineralization between the historic Broadway mine workings and the more recent workings. The historic Broadway mine produced 144,000 ounces of gold, averaging 9 grams per ton. Drill hole C0506 in 2005 also encountered skarn-related gold and copper mineralization. Stepping back out to the drilling area, drill hole 866 is highlighted as an early-stage hole drilled in 1986, which helped establish this skarn mineral system as having a substantial gold-rich component within its mineralization history. Moving around to a final view highlighting drill hole C0608, which intersected significant copper and gold grades as well, further presenting the significant opportunities for near-mine exploration and development work for American Pacific Mining at the Madison project. From 2008 to 2012, the Madison mine sold over 2.6 million pounds of copper with grades ranging from 20 to 35%, in addition to 7,570 ounces of gold at an average grade of 16.1 grams per ton. These mined out areas are highlighted here by the black 3D solids in the model. This presentation is brought to you by American Pacific Mining Corporation.
There we go. I think that helps give a good overview of the project. And I always feel like seeing it underground and seeing it through those 3D models can help a great deal and give you sort of a better understanding of what we're looking at and give you sort of a visual representation of that. We touched on this. This is the past production. I will bring you down here to a slide that's that Broadway initially put together, but Rio Tinto likes quite a bit. You know, I think this shows real multiple phases of intrusive bodies. And, you know, this is what gives Rio excitement. They were excited about that skarn at surface. That's actually where a lot of their drilling is going to be focused on this year. But the fact that it's such high grade, they feel that there's a strong system below that's pushing it up. So their ultimate goal is the porphyry, but they're finding a lot of excitement in that skarn above. On to a couple of the other projects. This is the Tuscarora Gold Project, which we purchased from Novo Resources, Quentin Hennig, who's going to speak to you shortly. This is a project that we absolutely love. It was the project that we started the company on. It's very high grade. I've kept it to just 2 slides on this because of time constraints, but this will give you an idea of some of the grades that it can carry. I should say that Quentin and someone of his stature has been very helpful to us as we've gone through. He was always very generous with his time when we were drilling, and we were always very thankful for that. This is a project that we like a lot. We've just brought in a partner on this that was announced on Monday. They're going to be drilling this year. So we're very excited to see drill holes come out of Tuscarora as well as Madison. Gooseberry is a project that we picked up in the late 2018. This is a past producing mine just outside of Reno. We're the first people to ever put a 3D model together on it. Another asset that we're very excited about, that we're looking to bring a partner in. We think we're going to bring a partner in this year. We're hopeful to close on a transaction on this, as we'd love to see this get drilled this year as well. 2020 milestones, we completed the acquisition of the Madison Gold Project in partnership with Rio Tinto. We closed on a $3 million financing. We've released the first 14-hole drill program by Rio Tinto from their 2019 drilling. We have announced that Rio Tinto is drilling as of today, and we've identified a partner for Tuscarora. So what's upcoming? 2020 drill results, both on the Madison project and on Tuscarora, also identifying a partner for Gooseberry. I think it's worth mentioning that this is a company that is getting good coverage now. Probably a lot of people that you know, Chen obviously has covered us from the beginning and has been a great help to us, and we're very thankful for his help. Doug Casey's group has begun to cover the company, Sean Broderick, as of today, Matt Battiali as well. And then we've been recently quoted in Kitco, the Northern Miner, Benzinga, Argus, Mining Weekly, and most interestingly in Bloomberg, which was a nice place to be. This is the team. Myself, my background is in corporate finance. I've worked for companies like Fortuna Silver, Northland Resources, and Western Pacific. Eric Saderholm is a very well-known geologist, 3 decades of experience, somebody that I'm very proud and enjoy working with. Ken Cunningham was the head of Miranda Gold and has been a fantastic director for us. Jonas Lang worked for Riverside Resources, a company that I helped to found back in 2006. Jonas did a fantastic job for them and is doing a fantastic job for Maple. Has been very helpful. And then Norman Wareham, who works as our CFO. American Pacific, symbols are USGD in Canada, USGDF down in the States. I think it behooves me to say I'm very pleased to be sitting here and giving you this presentation with all the companies that are on the stage. I'm a shareholder of most of them, and they're certainly worth your attention. So thank you for your time, and look forward to hopefully hearing from some of you in the near future.